I'm Joseph Delagrati. I'd like to introduce you to a new kind of a course, which is really integrating the parts of the main streams of our somatic bodywork, taking from Feldenkrais method, myofascial, breathing techniques, psychophysical, neurophysical. I've put this together over years so that it can all flow as one. So I will approach it by calling it the three pillars that sustain access to polyvagal equanimity, but they begin with the movement. So the first basic pillar is the movement itself, which we will be introducing in the postgraduate course as the main sagittal pathways, which are all connected and produce movements in this plate. Shown this way, this would be the sagittal, and the sagittal the other way. So there are two sagittal movements involving the entire body. The next one is the rotational. I'm on my left leg, and that allows me to make spiralic rotational all the way from foot to leg to knee to hip joint to ribs to spine to neck to cervical, all the way out. And the same here. All of this is going to be part of what I'm going to talk about as the access to the polyvagal or the vagus nerve system, the complex. The third pathway is laterals. So this is sideways on the same leg or on the same leg diagonal. So I can go this way, here, or here. And there's two pathways, just two directions of force. In other words, movement pathways that the brain can read and create programs from. Now, here's the fascial part, very important. The second major pillar is to inform the brain by touching. So if I touch the tissue and I bring it into the movement pathway, my brain has far more information because it's integrating the fascia, the tissue, the muscles, and the feel of it, the sensory. So now I can go to the sagittal plane, and there are many aspects to that, many points of connection, sort of like acupuncture points in a modern way, using physics and biomechanics and others, neural pathway programming. Now you see, if I do it here on the rotational, I have to track the tissue in all kinds of ways to make a connection. And while I'm doing that, I'm actually accessing indirectly the vagus nerve. And that's the longest nerve in the body. And that's the one that eventually not only innervates, stimulates, but it is also the entrance into what is called equanimity, the best state you can be in to perform anything you are doing. It can be done in that action, but it has a quality that brings you to clarity in what you are doing, and without disturbance, without ambivalence, without trepidation, without anxiety. So that is the best state to be in, whether you're performing athletically or any kind of performance or any activity of daily life. Really is best done by being able to get into that polyvagal, which is a parasympathetic kind of state. So everything I'm doing now in the movements of rotation or in lateral and touching the tissue is enhancing that. Now, the third pillar is the breathing, because everything I've done in the sagittal plane, in the rotational plane, in the lateral plane, involves a breathing connection. So my breathing rhythm must be in sync with the movements I'm doing. If the breathing is disturbed, it disturbs the flow and the execution. If my breathing is in sync, I can swim much better and longer without struggling to breathe or forcing my body as I'm showing now. Rather, the movements go slow and smooth. That gives me endurance. I can continue longer. And also I'm entering into what is a state of action, but with restful alertness. So this is the basic structure of the course I'm going to be teaching, a postgraduate seminar in accessing really polyvagal equanimity, but using these pathways that are part of many disciplines. So I hope you will be interested, and you can seek further information with the places to find us below and keep in contact.